I've been saying for a while now that I could see America getting bombed like on the East Coast and on the West Coast, but the people in like the Midwest and in the interior states would just keep on trucking, keep working, keep living their lives, go to the beach, get their nails done, and it would probably be that way, a couple 100 miles. I think that the world, it's such zombie land out here that these people are just so zoned out. They don't realize what's coming. I said the other day that after the eclipse, like a couple months down the road from the eclipse, we'll look back and realize all hell broke loose after the eclipse. And look what's happened over there. And it's not going to stop. Those guys sent 300 and plus missiles and drones. Well, now the image of the beast, they're probably going to do double. Who knows? But they're going to do something, because that's the whole reason for it. I mean, that's where this is heading. It's only going to escalate from here. You might get a day or two, break where you're sitting there wondering what the next one's going to do, so they can fit in their other headlines on you. But the escalation's not going to stop, and the people who are on the other side from the image of the beast, they are wanting to destroy them and the U.S. So when it happens, when they decide to strike, it's probably going to be a surprise. It's going to happen quick. My guess is when the U.S. is spread thin and they're battling all over the world, that somebody's going to decide to pull a Red Dawn event. And that's just the way I see it going down. But that's just speculation. But I mean, it's not speculation that we're heading there full speed ahead. That's facts. You should know where we're heading, and we've been predicting it basically this whole time. So, but that's why in these latter days, the only thing we can do is follow the golden rule. That's what it's all about. I'm going to take you and read Revelations and show you. I'm going to show you, prove it to you right here. Let the word prove it to you. That what I've been saying is true, that you have to go somewhere, be somewhere at the end, or you're not going to make it. In chapter 13, we were reading yesterday about the image of the beast, or not yesterday, but the last video, about the image of the beast and the mark of the beast, right? We'll reread the end of it here, the bottom of chapter 13. And in the bottom of this chapter 13, it's talking about the mark of the beast and how you get it and where it come from. And then when we flip to chapter 14, it starts telling you who it is that has the seal of the Most High on their forehead. It's telling you about the two different people that I always talk about. There's only two kinds of people that live on planet Earth. There's those who have the seal of the Most High on their forehead, and those who have the mark of the beast on theirs. There's not, like the Christians and everyone believes, there's not the 144,000 that have the seal, and then some other people who, they kind of love the Most High, and they get to come to heaven or whatever. It's not like that. There's only two. And I'm going to prove it to you right here. Right here, he says, he's talking about the image of the beast, how the beast come up out of the sea, and then they made an image to him. In verse 13, he says, and he does great signs so that he even makes fire come down from the heaven on the earth before men. And he leads astray those dwelling on the earth, because of those signs which he was given to do before the beast. And the beast is Israel. That's the beast. Saying to those dwelling on the earth to make an image to the beast who was wounded by the sword, yet lived. And this image, the image is their return, where they are over there, that's Jerusalem when it's not, that the story of Jesus, the lie about the Messiah, that comes from there. I mean, just think about it. Just think about the world's religions. Where are they? Where is their hub? Okay, all Christians and Judaism, that's two different religions, two different sovereigns. They are based in Jerusalem. Their home is Jerusalem. And then Islam, it's right there, and it is centered around Jerusalem and dealing with Israel. So the majority of the world looks to that place. And it's only because of the image of the beast, the image they've made of themselves. That's why in that trailer of Furiosa, when it first starts talking about him, the bad guy that took her mother from her, it shows Chris Hemsworth, and you remember what he looked like. That's the image. They've painted this image of themselves that they've returned to the land, and everything about it is a lie. Where it is a lie, who it is a lie, how it is, why it is, all that is lies. So that's what they did in the end. And why wouldn't they? Why would they make a statue? What good's that going to do? What I'm talking about, they made that image of themselves. That's got the whole world's attention. Okay? And what its purpose is going to be explained here in the last of this chapter and in parts of 14. If you read this, break it down, you'll understand why it is why the image of the beast exists. It's to get you to not come home at the appointed times, to do that which is continual. Its whole mission is to just get you distracted and look away so you don't show up. So when the time comes, because the time is coming, there's a set date when destruction happens, the wrath of the Most High happens, and in the latter days, those who live have to be in the spot of protection. So that's why, and you're going to see, that's why in 14 it says those standing on Mount Zion. Anyone who ain't standing on Mount Zion has the mark. And there was given to him to give spirit to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause to be killed as many as would not worship the image of the beast. And when it's talking about speak, when he says that the image of the beast should both speak, when it says that in different places throughout the word, like it caused it to speak. When it says that, when it says speak, it's talking about speaking the word of the Most High. Speaking, they're supposed to be like a false prophet. They're supposed to be speaking the words of the Most High. So he says that the image of the beast should both speak. So when he says that, it's saying that the image of the beast should speak the Most High's word to the world and lie to the world. and cause to be killed as many as would not worship the image of the beast. Has that not happened? Yes. Inquisition. The conquest. And it's still happening today because Christians, let's take Christianity, for example. They believe that you have to, in order to be saved, quote unquote, you have to accept, hail Zeus into your heart as your personal Lord and Savior. He comes from Jerusalem, from the image of the beast. It's all one big, it's big. It's not just the land, that it's the wrong land and the wrong location. It's bigger than that. It's encompassing the whole world and everyone's affairs. Everyone is entangled with it, some way, in one way or the other. It's Babylon. So it does cause to be killed as many. And look, whoever doesn't show up has been killed. Everyone, both small and great, big and poor, causes all, both small, great, rich and poor. It causes everyone, because if you're not in the house on the appointed times, doing that which is continual, following the Lamb wherever he leads you, and he leads you to the house on the appointed times. Yes, he does. And that's a fact. So, and that's why in 14 it says, those standing on Mount Zion have the seal of the Most High on their forehead. That's their rest on Mount Zion. So the beast came in the 1900s, 1940s, but it had been planned before that. We've been reading about it. We read about from the Albert Pike's book, Morals and Dogma, how they would create the Zionist state in 1948 and cause all these problems, create these 3 world wars. That's what it's all about. It's all about the land and the hiding of it. But they've created Hollywood to make this false image of the Messiah, of the Word. That's why they made all those movies like Ben-Hur and all that stuff back in the 40s and 50s and 60s. Everything they've done, and it's been them the whole time. And you can easily, it doesn't take long to see who it is that's done all this. It's the image of the beast. So that's why it says he causes all, small, great, free, slave, to be given a mark on their right hand, and or upon their foreheads. So the only people who have the seal of the Most High on their forehead are those who come to Jerusalem. It's a fact. And that's their city. And this is why all through the word, it says that the Most High hates Esau and loves Jacob. That's why he says that. That's a hint. That's him saying, wink, wink, hey, hello, McFly. You have to want your inheritance. If you don't care about your inheritance, you're Esau to him. That's what he's saying. And it's common sense. So your right hand, your shoulder should be your inheritance, your Jerusalem, your city. If you love and you're a child of the Most High. If you're not, you're just a poser. You think you are. That's what this is all about. That's this delusion, this bewilderment, this madness, this blindness that we read about that would be happening in the end. So everyone in the world, they're using their right hand, and they might think it's the word, but it's to live out somewhere else and not think about their inheritance, just like Esau. That's why they're going to be destroyed. It's common sense. That no one should be able to buy or sell except he that has the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And listen, this is all code words. Trust me when I tell you. And if you read it enough, you'll come back and you'll say, yep, that's true. I wasn't lying. These are code words. When he says buy or sell, he's not talking about dollar bills. It can be added into that, but this is talking about the word. We're still talking about when he said he causes to speak, we're still talking about speaking the word. So No one, the world is listening and buying the bullshit off of all these people speaking bullshit that isn't telling you to follow the Lamb. If you're speaking following the Lamb, you ain't buying or selling nothing. It's just, that's what this is talking about. It's talking about the gold and the silver, the refining, the wage. The only wage is earned when you come in and you come out. You're blessed in and blessed out. How the Most High told you would be blessed coming in and blessed coming out. If you do that, that's your wage. That's buying and selling. The image of the beast has caused the world to live the way the Most High told you would be cursed coming in and coming out. Here is the wisdom. He who has understanding, let him calculate the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And we know, we've proven it so many times, that what was actually written, it wasn't 666. It was 3 Greek letters that spells the name Iesus, Jesus. Hail Zeus. It's a fact, Jack. Try and prove that wrong, you can't. And it's just like 2nd Esdras told us when he had the vision of the woman that turned into the city. He said she was weeping in the field because her son had died and she refused to return to her city. And he talked sense into her, and she went back to the city. She poofed and disappeared, but in her place was an established city. So, and look, the reason no one thinks about their inheritance, the reason the world is like Esau, is because of the man of lawlessness, the lie about the Messiah. They believe all they got to do is say some words and just say, yep, I'm saved now, and they're good. It's a lie, and they're going to be destroyed. And it's the man of lawlessness that's done it. And he comes from Jerusalem, the image of the beast. He is the image of the beast. It's all together. It's the fake location, the false return. The return is in righteousness, and it's done. It's a wrap. When we return in the end, that the return that the word has always talked about, the second time when we come back to take joy in our portion a second time, it's a wrap, and it's nothing but righteousness from then on out. That's the false return. That's not there's nothing about it is righteous. It's all unrighteousness, and can be easily proven. That's why, right here, chapter 14 says this. And I looked and saw a lamb standing on Mount Sion, a lamb. And look, the reason it says that no one could open the scrolls, no one was worthy, but the lamb, the slain lamb, was worthy to open the scrolls. The scrolls is the Bible, is the books, the prophets, all this that we've been reading. The reason the lamb was worthy to open it is that means you have to look at the word through a lamb's perspective, with lamb glasses on. You have to understand that you have an inheritance, a city, and you must want it and come home to it. And once you do that, that's why we read in Zechariah, he says, on the house of Yehuda, I open my eyes. When you start looking at this word, following the lamb, with lamb glasses, looking at the word with a lamb perspective, following the lamb, it's going to open, it's the key of David. It opens all the word up to you. The lamb standing on Mount Sion, because the lamb goes to Mount Sion. And with him, 144,000. We know that that's 12,000 out of all 12 tribes, having his father's name written upon their foreheads. Before, back in 13, we were reading about the world, all, both small, great, poor, rich, free, whatever. They had the mark of the beast, and the beast is involved with the man of lawlessness, the fake story of the Messiah, the man of sin. The Messiah has taught the world that, or the fake story of the Messiah, of Jesus, has taught the world that you don't have to follow the Torah. and you can be saved. He loves you, you're good. That's sin. He's the man of sin, of destruction. That's destruction. He's convinced you to not even look at your home. And if you do look at it at all, you look at the wrong place, the wrong people, the people that's lied to you about all of it. But the people who come to the real house and the Torah, the instructions is their delight, and they understand that the Messiah felt the same way, they are those who have the seal of the Most High on their forehead. If you don't ever come to the real place, you didn't. You might have thought you did, but you did not. If we're married, I'll know you love me. If you ain't even at home where you belong, you might think you love me, but you don't. More facts for you. And I heard a voice out of the heaven like the voice of many waters. The voice of many waters. The waters is the truth. Out of the heaven is the truth. The word, where the help comes from. That's where we get it. We don't look in the sky and words and things fall down out of heaven. Things happen for us. Yes, the Most High blesses us, all that sort of stuff. But the truth comes from in the word. And those waters is the truth that are in this word. And there's many of them, many. And like the voice of loud thunder, thunder comes from the throne. That's those waters that come from the throne that he talks about often. That's him opening his eyes on the house of Yehuda. That's the scroll, the Lamb opening the scroll. That's what happens when you follow the Lamb. You're following the voice, the sound of that thunder, those many waters that come from the word. And I heard the sound of harpists playing their harps. That's what you'll be doing if you follow all that. You'll be home and you'll be so happy you'll be picking a harp. And they sang a renewed song before the throne. That's what you're hearing right now. And I hope you enjoy. And before the four living creatures and the elders. And no one was able to learn that song except 144,000 who were redeemed from the earth. Those are the ones. If you want to talk about a rapture, that's the only rapture that's going to happen. And you just heard it. You seen what he said on Mount Zion. The seal, the lamb, all of that. They're the ones who are going to be redeemed from the earth. We read it every time we read the word. He's going to shield Jerusalem, the inhabitants of Jerusalem. They are those who were not defiled with women. He's not talking about with a man and a woman having sex. No. He's talking about the churches, the women, the daughters who have lied, who have brought in Hail Zeus and the image of the beast, all those things around the world. They defiled, however they did it, they convinced people to not come to their true home on the appointed times to have that seal on their forehead of the Most High. So they were defiled. That's how they were defiled. They weren't married to the Most High, to the cause, to doing that which is continual, all those things. For they are maidens. They are ready to marry the Messiah, the Most High, the Word. They are those following the Lamb wherever he leads them on. Boom. And where are they standing? On Mount Zion. That's where it will lead you. They were redeemed from among men, being first fruits to the Most High and to the Lamb. And in their mouth was found no falsehood. Why? For they are blameless before the throne of the Most High. Boom. They're blameless before the throne. He's going to blame those who aren't at the throne because they didn't care. They didn't follow the Lamb. And they thought they did. They told everyone they did. But they never cared nothing about their comely home that he's told us so much about and that we have to care about. And I saw another messenger flying in mid-heaven holding the everlasting good news to announce to those dwelling on the earth, even to every nation and tribe and tongue and people, saying with a loud voice, fear the mighty Most High and give esteem to him. That, and look, from the start of this, if anyone's still here that's been around this whole time, the last 5, 6, 7 years that I've had this channel, from the beginning, when I switched the channel name to All Esteem, I was saying that the only way you're going to enter into the house, for one, is you're going to have to give all esteem. That's one key that you have to use. That's one key. The only way you're coming through those gates is you have to have the key of giving all esteem to the mighty Most High, Abba Yahuwah, or you ain't getting in. That's why it says the house is filled with the esteem of the Most High. You ain't coming in unless you're giving all esteem. The one flying them in heaven's telling you to fear Yahuwah, the Most High. Give esteem to him, to nothing else, no one else, no Zeus, no Santa Claus, no nothing, not yourself, but to the Most High. Because the hour of his judgment has come, and worship him. And now that we're reading this word and we're understanding it like we are, that lets you know that the hour, he's talking to us right now, the hour of his judgment has come. And it has, because you see it. You see it. What's it going to take? If you live in Missouri, if in a month there's bombs landing in Kentucky, are you still going to just stay in Missouri and keep on rocking? Keep the wheels just a-rocking in Babylon? I hope not. And he tells us, and I've been showing you so much proof how that shield is going to, to give you an idea how that's going to work, where your safety is. So you have no excuse. And if you don't want to come, that's because you didn't want this. And worship him who made the heaven and the earth and the sea and the fountains of water. Back in 13, it said they worshiped the beast, the image of the beast, who was speaking. He's telling you to come worship the Most High who made the heaven and the earth, who made the heaven, the truth. And it's right here in his word. All you got to do is read it. Don't take Joel Osteen's word for it and Rabbi Shmuley. Don't take them guys' word for it. Come straight to the word and get it from him, from the source. And he'll tell you that following the Lamb means you actually have to follow the Lamb. It's not a metaphor. It is. It's not something that you can just do anywhere. You actually have to move your body to a certain location, to Jerusalem. That's following the Lamb. And anything else is just a delusion. And if you love the Messiah, love the Most High, and you will go all in, you'll be in Jerusalem, the real one. So that's why he's telling you to worship him. Don't worship the image of the beast that's caused you to forget about the real one. Worship the Most High, where in his truth, you'll find the real one. He made all that, the earth, the fountains of water. And another messenger followed, saying, Babel is fallen, that great city, because she has made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her whoring. That's what we're talking about. That's what it's done. That's what the beast, the image of the beast, the whore of Babylon has done. Through religion, through the TV, through the radio, news, history books, all that. Through money. And a third messenger followed them, saying with a loud voice, if anyone worships the beast and his image and receives his mark upon his forehead or upon his hand, he also shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out undiluted into the cup of his wrath. And he shall be tortured with fire and sulfur before the set apart messengers and before the Lamb. Where are they at? Mount Zion. Where is the it says that anyone who receives the mark is, if you ain't in Jerusalem on Passover, on all the feast days, entering your rest, taking your inheritance like Jacob, and not refusing it like Esau, you have the seal. If you aren't doing that, anyone who doesn't do that, who doesn't follow the Lamb, they have a mark, the mark of the beast on their forehead and their right hand. Okay? So they're going to drink the wine of the wrath of the Most High. Where's the wine press at? It's outside the city. Because you come to Jerusalem on the feast days. If you come there, that means you love the Most High, the cause, you went all in, you followed the Lamb. Clearly, his name is on your forehead. If you don't, clearly, the beast is on yours. So you're going to be tortured. You're going to receive that wrath undiluted. And the smoke of their torture goes up forever and ever. And they have no rest, day or night. That's why. See, this is how I told you I was going to prove it to you right here. This is how you can confirm what I'm saying to you. It says the smoke of their torture goes up forever and ever, and they have no rest, day or night, those worshiping the beast and his image. Also, if anyone receives the mark of his name. Because the image of the beast in Babylon has caused you to refuse your rest day and night. They have no rest day or night because they've convinced you to forget about your rest altogether. Here is the endurance of the set apart ones. Here are those guarding the commands of the Most High and the belief of Yahusha, following the Lamb. The instructions are your delight. And those instructions tell you to go home to Jerusalem on the feast days. That's the endurance. That's how you live. And those are the only people who are going to live. The words told us that. And I heard a voice out of the heaven saying to me, "Write, blessed are the dead who die in the Master from now on." Who die in the Master from now on. Following the Lamb. That's what he's talking about. Who die to the world. Who are in the world but not of the world. They go home. They are of Jerusalem, Yasharal, Yehuda. And they return to the house. Blessed are those, says the Spirit, in order that they rest. There's that rest again, from their labors, and their works follow with them. All esteem, baby, all the way through the gates. Searching for those pearls, investigating like we've been doing. That's what we all have to do. The ones that are going to be destroyed, they claim to know it all, but they're not doing much investigating. And it's obvious. But watch how they operate. You'll see. They're just telling you how they feel about things. And I looked and saw a white cloud, and sitting on the cloud was one like the son of Adam, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. The word. And another messenger came out of the dwelling place, crying with a loud voice to the one sitting on the cloud, "Send your sickle and reap, because the hour has come for you to reap, because the harvest of the earth is ripe." The harvest of the earth is ripe. And the one sitting on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And another messenger came out of the dwelling place which is in the heaven, and he too held a sharp sickle. And another messenger came out from the slaughter place, having authority over the fire, and he cried with a loud cry to him having the sharp sickle, saying, "Send your sharp sickle, gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, because her grapes are ripe." And the messenger thrust his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and threw it into the great winepress of the wrath of the Most High. And the winepress was trodden outside the city, and blood came out of the winepress up to the bridles of the horses for about 1,600 stadia outside the city. And it's Anyone who doesn't believe what I've just said in this video, come and try to tell me that what I've told you following the Lamb means isn't following the Lamb. Tell me why. You'll be lying if you do.